Most people don't realize this. Humans fear losing what they once had more than they crave anything new. It's not desperation, it's biology. Mastering silence and self-control taps into this primal instinct, making your absence impossible to ignore. When done right, you don't chase, they come to you. Let's dive in. When it comes to relationships, emotions run deep and logic often takes a back seat. People act on what they feel, not what they think, even when they don't realize it. This is especially true after a breakup. Emotional chaos often leads to impulsive decisions, but the one who holds their ground stands out. The person who acts calmly, strategically, and with purpose often wins, not through manipulation, but through mastering their emotions. This balance creates a magnetic pull, one that cannot be ignored or replaced. Now here's the truth most don't tell you. It's not about ignoring her, playing mind games, or building walls she can't scale. It's about showing her with actions that your value is so high, she's afraid to lose what she walked away from. This isn't about ego or revenge, it's about self-respect. When you focus on becoming a man of purpose and confidence, she'll sense it without you saying a word. True value doesn't demand attention, it naturally commands it. Why does chasing someone rarely, if ever, work? It seems natural to want to pursue things or people we desire, but this instinct often backfires because chasing shifts the power dynamic in ways that work against you. When you chase, you're signaling that your value depends on her attention or approval. And the unfortunate reality is that people don't value what comes too easily. They value what feels exclusive, special, and hard to replace. Chasing creates the perception that you're available at all times, which lowers your worth in her eyes. The effort you pour in becomes invisible because it's expected, not earned. Instead of sparking desire, chasing extinguishes it, leaving no space for her to reflect on what she might lose. True attraction thrives on balance, and that starts with stepping back and reclaiming control. Imagine this scenario. She pulls away, ends things, or grows distant, and you instinctively try to close the gap. You text her more, you check her social media, you ask mutual friends about her. Every action you take sends the subtle but clear message that you can't bear to lose her, and worse, that you'll do whatever it takes to keep her. Do you think that increases your value in her eyes? Or does it make her feel even more confident that leaving you was the right decision? This kind of pursuit not only reinforces her choice, but also erodes the mystery and strength that once drew her to you. The more she sees you as predictable, easy to read, and lacking the control that makes a man irresistible. Instead of pulling her closer, you're unintentionally pushing her further away. The answer lies in an undeniable human truth. We value things that are scarce and difficult to attain. When you chase, you flood the market with your presence. Your attention becomes cheap because it's always available. The first step, then, is to just stop. Stop chasing, stop calling, stop trying to explain or fix things. This silence, known as the no-contact strategy, is not about being petty or manipulative. It's about reclaiming your worth and creating space for her to feel your absence. Think of no contact as the reset button. When you step back, you're not just pulling away physically, you're also changing the narrative. She can no longer take your attention for granted. At first, she might feel empowered, even relieved, thinking she's won the breakup. But as the days and weeks go by, doubt starts to creep in. She wonders why you haven't reached out yet, whether you've moved on, and most importantly, whether she has made the mistake. That silence begins to play tricks on her mind, forcing her to question her decisions and replay the moments she overlooked. The absence becomes louder than any words you could say, making her curious about what's happening on your side. And here's the beauty of it. The shift happens naturally, without you saying or doing anything. The more she fills the silence with her thoughts, the deeper she feels the weight of what she might be losing. This is where the power of loss aversion comes into play. Psychologically, people fear losing something they once had more than they value gaining something new. Your silence amplifies this fear. But here's the catch. No contact is just the beginning. What happens when she does reach out? How you handle that moment determines whether she chases you or moves on. If she sends a simple message, something like, "Hey, how have you been?" It's tempting to unload everything you've been holding back. Your love, your longing, your desire to fix things. But that's the trap. Instead, respond calmly and casually. A message like, "Hey, been a while, how's everything?" does two things. It acknowledges her without overcommitting, and it signals that you're still in control of your emotions. Confidence doesn't shout, it whispers. But let's not stop there. Once the initial contact is made, what's your next move? This is where patience becomes your greatest asset. Rushing to rebuild what was lost can undo all the progress you've made. Instead, take things slow. Let her set the pace while you maintain your emotional balance. If she suggests meeting up, don't leap at the opportunity. Instead, say, "Let me check my schedule and I'll get back to you." Now think about this for a moment. What has she been doing during the time you've been apart? Has she been reflecting on the relationship, or has she been exploring other options? The truth is, you cannot control her actions, but you can control how you present yourself when she comes back into your orbit. This is where self-improvement plays a crucial role. During no contact, your focus should shift entirely to yourself. Think about the ways you can level up, whether it's hitting the gym, pursuing a new hobby, or advancing in your career. Growth isn't just attractive, it's magnetic. When she sees that you're evolving, it reminds her of the qualities that drew her to you in the first place, and it forces her to re-evaluate what she's lost. But here's the key: do not flaunt it. Subtlety is your ally. Posting a picture of yourself hiking, working on a project, or spending time with friends shows that your life is full and vibrant without her. It creates curiosity, and more importantly, positions you as someone who isn't waiting around for her to return. Curiosity is one of the most powerful tools you have. When someone doesn't know the full story, they fill the gaps themselves. So when she asks what you've been up to, resist the urge to overshare. A simple, "I've been working on some exciting things, I'll tell you about it sometime," leaves her intrigued. This not only keeps her invested, but also shifts the dynamic. She becomes the one trying to piece together your life, and that effort draws her closer. Now, let's talk about emotional control. It's easy to feel a rush of excitement when she reaches out, but reacting impulsively can undo everything. Remember, the goal is to build a dynamic based on mutual respect and effort, not to fall back into old patterns. Whether she's overly enthusiastic or distant, your tone should remain steady. This consistency shows that you're grounded, confident, and in control of your emotions, qualities that are incredibly attractive. Here is a scenario to consider. Suppose she tries to test your patience by bringing up past conflicts or acting aloof. How do you respond? The answer is simple: calmly and assertively. For instance, if she mentions an old argument, say something like, "I think we've grown since then. Let's focus on the present." This not only diffuses the tension, but also shows that you've moved on from past drama. It's a clear message that you're not the same person she walked away from. And that's the heart of the matter here. You're no longer the man who begged for her attention or tried to fix everything. You're someone who values himself enough to walk away if the relationship doesn't align with your standards or values. This shift in perspective isn't just for her, it's for you. When you recognize your worth, you naturally demand more from the people around you. But here's the final piece of the puzzle: creating a vision of your life that she wants to be part of. Women are drawn to men with purpose, men who know where they're going and are excited about the journey. If you can articulate your goals and show her that your life has direction, she won't just want you back, she'll want to earn her place beside you. So ask yourself this: what kind of life are you building? Are you pursuing your passions, strengthening your relationships, and becoming the best version of yourself? If the answer is yes, you're already ahead. And if not, now is the time to start. Because the truth is, the world belongs to the man who masters himself. And when you do, she won't just want you back, she'll chase you, knowing that losing you would mean losing something truly irreplaceable. If this sparked something in you and strengthened your focus, make your move. Like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. For more insights that elevate your mindset and game, hit subscribe and join the circle. Stay sharp, stay driven, and keep leveling up.